All right, this is just a kind of a quick update on one of my little projects. I had this in my I had this tub in my driveway last year, and I had a picnic bench in this spot last year that the chickens really kind of destroyed underneath, and so I decided to put this around it. And what you're looking at is I think that's 500 gallons. I'm pretty sure that's 500 gallons. 500 gallon stock pond, a stock tank that I bought at one of the farm stores I frequent. And the plants you see growing around it are poke cabbage. If you could see, I had one poke cabbage bush and it got out of hand. So actually my wife and I like them because they offer cover and they grow up every year. The problem is they're kind of invasive, so you kind of have to learn how to kind of keep them at bay. But anyway, this is interesting. So the water just kind of cleared up, and this is all rainwater, which I probably shouldn't do because rainwater is slightly acidic, and acidic water is what's called soft water, and it's just starting to clear up from the free single-celled algae in the water. And I've got dwarf yellow barbs in here, I've got cherry barbs in here, and I got 2 pairs of honey gouramis and a few variatus platies and some Paleatus cory catfish who don't get much bigger than this. And I was hoping to find some fry from some of these guys in here. I haven't found any fry at all. And maybe that's because I didn't use harder water. I don't know. But we got some water hyacinth. We've got water that is, and this is a tropical water lily. I can't remember what variety this is, but it is way too big for this container. I mean, look how big the lily pads are, and it's about to send out some blossoms. And then we have some pink hardy water lilies there I've had for years. I mean, they're easy enough to propagate. I'm going to try to propagate this one. But I don't really have any fry in here from any fish, which is kind of disheartening. And it might be because there's a lot of what's called water boatmen in the water. But they're an aquatic insect that hangs at the surface and looks like it has oars. Those things I think are predatory on fry, but I haven't found any fry in this pond at all, which is, I was hoping the honey gouramis would spawn. There's no reason for them not to, but maybe the water temperature's got to get up to 90. I don't know, but they've been in here since May. And there's 2 males and there's 2 females. I know they're in here because I see them at night when I come in there with a flashlight. And so this is a hornwort. And hornwort's an interesting story. I pulled out 2 sprigs out of a local pond this early spring. Just 2 sprigs about this big. I got it all over. And it's really good for taking nitrates and ammonia out of the water. And it's a free floating plant. You don't have to plant it in any type of substrate. So that's the cool thing about it. And then I just got a pump on this Laguna filter just to move the water around. Not so much to filter it, but just to kind of move the water around, make sure it's equal in temperature. Now if we go over here, this is 8,000 gallons. And then let's see, in that tub we've got white cloud minnows. In the tub behind that we got some Odessa barbs. I got them when they were this big. They're like this now. I can actually distinguish the males from the females. And the tub that the pigeons are sitting on has got some hill stream loaches in there. I'm hoping everything's going to breed, but I'm not going to know. Now there's some escapees of the white cloud minnows in here. And there's a green frog in here. it's kind of funny because if you look, we're 4 feet off the ground. He's found a home in here. So when I had turtles in there, you wouldn't have that. So there's a white cloud minnow. And the bigger fish below that is what's called a doctor fish or a pedicure fish. I suggest you look these guys up. I got several of them in here. And I got gold barbs in here. And that's all I got. There's plenty of food, natural food in here for them all. I just filled up, I garbage picked this fish tank. It had a crack in it. I fixed it, just filled it up to see if it'll hold. There's my patch. Big glass panel. Crack is here, but the panel's on the inside, siliconed it in. What you see here growing in the water, that is corkscrew veil. That is just, I forgot the variety these are. They don't turn into giants. Vaccinaria, I believe. These are like aquarium plants. They'll all come in the winter, and they reproduce by sending out runners. And I started out with 1. Now I got 3, and like I said, corkscrew because it screws up. I'm going to use these as aquarium plants in the once winter comes. So anyway, and then there's the pigeons drinking out of the filter system, taking a bath in the filter system. It's kind of fun, right? And then we're going to go over if you ever want a live trap to trap anything, I highly recommend a coyote trap. Nothing gets out of a coyote trap. There's a live bait holding cage back there, and if you have any kind of things that pester you, that thing will do it. Oh boy, it's kind of hard to see in here because of the reflection. What I have is lyre tail black mollies in here and Tiger King guppies. I just bought 3 female Tiger King guppies, dropped them in here. I got young ones all over the place in here. This is like a 40-gallon tub. No filtration. The plants do all the work. I don't even really feed these fish. And they are thriving because of all the insects that lay eggs in here at night and the mosquito larvae and everything. Yeah, it's kind of funny. And then over here, I put some of the fry from them in here. With the floating weeds you see on top are duckweed. They're kind of a pest, but at this point I can't do anything. But you could see some of the mollies over there in that open area. And this water's teeming with little tiny organisms too. I recognize some of them. Some of them are Daphnia, some of them are called cyclopses. But if you look, you could see the black mollies in here and the Tiger King guppies. And the reason I picked Tiger King guppies is the females are very brightly colored and they're not real big guppies. So it's been a long time since I've had guppies, but I got them now. But anyway, there you go. There's my pond. There's the filtration system. Like I said, it's worked out real well. But the real test will be to see who spawned successfully, who reproduced real well. Last year I put some paradise. I put 2 paradise fish in there. I must have ended up with 1,000 young ones. And there are 2 paradise fish in there. I thought I put a male and female, but I'm not sure. I would assume I would have found fry by now, but that probably didn't happen. Anyway, so there we go. Just one more thing. Hardy water lilies are very easy to propagate. You just you put them in tubs, and then you divide them as much as you want. And this is a miniature one. This is one of the smaller varieties of a hardy water lily. And I got this from a friend's pond, and I took a cutting off of one of his tubers and just put it in a foot bath with soil and then gravel or sand to prevent the soil from leaching out and prevent from fish from, you know, stirring it all up. But anyway, oh, there's one of the doctor fish swimming by, pedicure fish. I don't know if I'm going to keep them or get a different species for next year. Yeah, if you look closely, there's a gold barb, big female. I have seen them spawning here. I've had gold barbs for about 20 years, never had to buy them. I just keep propagating them and save some for next year. They can tolerate cooler temperatures, so the water will get up to maybe 80, 85 during the summer, and then by the time I'm taking the fish out of here, it's about 50. So everything in here can tolerate 50-degree water by the time I get them out. There's another female barb next to them. You can usually tell by how wide they are, because the females are filled with eggs. So anyway, and the biggest problem I probably have are insects. Most water insects are predatory in some aspect. The beetle larvae, the dragonfly larvae are predatory, particularly for small fish, really small fry. And if I had bigger fish in here, it wouldn't be a problem, but it just kind of happens that way. Anyway, I think we'll just leave this till next time. And it's a lot of fun to have this. It's not as much work as you think it is. It really isn't. It just depends on how much work you want to put into it. And once again, look at the green frog. I think it's funny. I don't know how he found his way in here. And here's a funny thing. When I had turtles in here, you never found frogs in here. And just to give you an idea, look how tall. They must be able to sense water. So they sense water and they just jump up 4 feet and in you go. All right. Till next time.